How did you come upon being a podcaster and being an empty nest coach? I didn't even know that was a thing. I love that you're my empty nest
I
coach.
know.
Welcome.
Well, it was part of my journey, and the journey that every woman will go through when she says, "Oh my gosh, what do I do now?" I
Yeah.
had 5 kids,
Wow.
and as the 4th one was heading off to college, I thought, "Wow, Lord, what in the world? What do you want me to do?" And I thought, well, I've always been an encourager, and I thought, I think I could be a life coach. I think I'd be really good at that. And literally, I was scrolling Facebook, and there was a test that said, "Would you be a great life coach?" And it was like,
Wow.
bing, bing, bing. And so I went through some formal training. I just wanted to help women. But really, this focus came about 4 years ago when I had this kind of dream of writing books. And I was at a writing conference, and I knew that one of the books would be about parenting adult children. And my writing friend, Rachel, said, "Pamela, it's time to just rip off the Band-Aid and do it." And literally, I went to my website and I started I'm talking about empty nest and
Yes.
parenting
We're just
adult
doing
children.
this thing.
We just did it, and it felt so natural, and it brings me such joy to help these women because there are a lot of different issues we deal with. We are confused about our purpose. We are confused about truly how to learn the shift in the way we connect with our kids. It's no longer
Yeah.
training and teaching. It's moving from manager to mentor, from directing to supporting. And when moms don't get that right, it's really rough. It's rough on the
Yeah.
relationship with their kids. It causes a lot of, these are the moms that have a hard time clinging. You know, we were the parents who hovered, hover. We were just like
Yeah.
watching
I
our
would fall in
babies.
that camp. I would fall in that camp.
Yeah, like that's normal. That's what we did. We did it out of a sincere heart and this desire to protect and make sure they didn't suffer. But that's actually not even biblical because the Lord
Yes.
said we will have trials, we will have struggles. Now, I'm not saying your kids are all going to struggle, but we have to understand that allow God to be their teacher. And both of us are growing at this time. Your kids are learning, they're learning how to be adults. My kids tell me all the time, "This is horrible. Why is adulting so horrible? Why didn't you tell me?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my kids range from 24 to 36. So 4 of them are married. Several of them have children. So they are like legit working jobs, buying houses, doing all the things. And they're like, "Wow, why didn't you tell us it was
Yeah.
like this?"
It's no
But
joke. Well, tell me what is the cost or the disservice if we don't think about this and do this well. So I imagine you got
right.
better at it with each kid. I imagine maybe your boys were different than your girls, but like waving the flag, what are you saying to us? It's like, hey, if you don't switch that role,
Yes.
what is it that's bumpy about that both the kid feels and you feel?
Yes. So first of all, it doesn't allow your child to mature. You are keeping them from developing and growing and learning to rely on God for themselves. Like
Yeah.
they get to cultivate that relationship. And of course, we've worked on this for years with them, but there's something different when they like pick it up and they go, "This is mine."
Mm,
And when you don't learn to let go, you are saying, "God, you're not big enough. You're not big
right.
enough for this.
Right.
Like, I got to be there." And we know that's not true. No mom would like purposely say that. And yet our actions show it.
That's right. That's right. One of my previous guests that was on in June said, "What are you wanting them to feel?" And I would say, "Capable." And she was like, "Are your actions doing that?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
the signal I am sending her is that you cannot do this. Like
You
you
can't
need
do
me,"
this.
which is not what you want. But when you pull back, you're like, I can see how that would happen. And so talk to me about maybe a hard moment you went through. Like what was one of those lessons where you overstepped, or do you have a memory that comes to mind where you're like, whoop, I knew that, but I stepped too far.